Welcome to my channel. In this video, you will see 3 recreated accidents based on real events. We have reconstructed these moments in detail to show you how everything happened. So make yourself comfortable. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new episodes, and we're off and running. Chapter 1. The Last Intersection. The first story for today took place on a cloudy summer morning. The streets of the small town of Beamng, Montana, were just beginning to bustle with life. The intersection where the 2 main roads met was empty. 2 old trucks appeared on the streets, each with its own character and history. The white van, old and worn, was a true road veteran. Its driver, 63-year-old Tom Webster, knew every sound of his truck because he had repaired it dozens of times with his own hands. Although the truck was far from perfect, Tom continued to drive it, delivering building materials to warehouses. On the other side of town, an orange van belonging to a local grocery store was moving through the city. It was driven by Jeff, a 45-year-old man who was in a hurry to deliver the morning bread to the stores. He was not very attentive to traffic lights. His haste and experience behind the wheel often made him take risks. As the white van approached the intersection, the light turned green. Tom didn't hesitate to step on the gas, even though his car always accelerated slowly. He was confident in his right-of-way, but as soon as he reached the intersection, he noticed an orange van rushing toward him at breakneck speed. A second later, the inevitable happened. A head-on collision. The 2 vans collided in the center of the intersection, and the sound of the impact echoed throughout the street. The main impact was on the right side of the white van, and the cab began to crumple like a tin can. The paramedics arrived quickly. The driver of the orange van, though hit, survived. His car was built stronger. He was taken out of the mangled car by rescuers. He had injuries and severe shock, but his life was not in danger. For Tom, the situation was different. His old van, which he repaired with his own hands, did not hold out this time. Chapter 2. The Cost of Distraction. The second story for today took place on a calm afternoon. A highway that stretched just outside of Omaha, Nebraska, seemed like the perfect place for a quick and comfortable ride. The road was almost straight, with no sharp curves, and drivers could maintain high speeds. An old, black Volkswagen Passat B6 was driving in the right lane. Behind the wheel was 58-year-old Henry, who had always trusted his car, even though he knew it was not in the best condition. He was driving calmly, listening to music, when suddenly something went wrong. The engine suddenly started to stall. At first, Henry thought it was just another minor malfunction that he had experienced before. But this time, the car finally stalled right in the middle of the highway. Henry quickly started looking for the hazard lights to signal other drivers, but the car was no longer responding to the buttons. He looked back in the rearview mirror, hoping that others would have time to notice him. At that moment, a white Dacia Duster, driven by 27-year-old Alex, was speeding behind him. He confidently held the steering wheel with one hand and scrolled through the messages on his phone with the other. The road seemed empty, and a few seconds of distraction didn't seem like a big deal. But it was during those seconds that a Volkswagen suddenly appeared in front of him, standing still. Alex noticed it too late. He slammed on the brakes, but the speed was too high. The front of the Dacia flew straight into the rear of the Passat. The force of the impact made the old car jump up and it was instantly engulfed in flames. The impact caused a fuel leak, and a second later, thick black smoke began to billow from under the hood. Henry, stunned by the impact, tried to unbuckle his seatbelt, but it was stuck. The fire was spreading rapidly through the cabin. He frantically pulled the door handle, but the locks wouldn't budge. Meanwhile, Alex got out of his duster, shocked by what had happened. He rushed to the burning Passat, but the flames were already too strong. When the rescuers arrived, it was too late. The fire had completely destroyed the car, and only a burnt-out frame remained of the old Volkswagen. Henry did not survive. Alex could not take his eyes off the scene of the tragedy. He knew that the accident was his fault. Just a few seconds of inattention cost a man his life. Since then, he has never touched his phone while driving again. But could it make a difference now? Chapter 3: Mistake at Speed. The third story for today took place on a clear afternoon, a highway in the middle of a dense forest in the Moscow region of Russia, and it seemed like the perfect place to drive. The road was calm, the cars were moving at their usual pace, and a light breeze was dispersing the summer heat. A black Lada Priora, driven by 27-year-old Vladislav, was driving along the highway, trying to keep his speed above the traffic. He was in a hurry, even though no one was waiting for him. His impatience began to grow when he saw a Chevrolet Niva slowly moving in front of him. Vlad, who did not like to waste time, decided to overtake it. Overtaking on the left was impossible. The oncoming lane was not free. But there was a roadside on the right, and he thought that was enough room to maneuver. Vlad didn't even think that the roadside was covered with fine gravel, which could have made the maneuver deadly. He stepped on the gas and jumped sharply to the right. At first, everything went according to plan. The Lada overtook the Chevrolet, but when it came time to get back on the track, the situation instantly got out of hand. The car lost traction, and it skidded sharply. The Lada rushed to the left, crossing all lanes, and ended up directly on the oncoming course. At that moment, a Peugeot 107, driven by 33-year-old Irina, was coming toward them. She noticed the black car rushing uncontrollably toward her and tried to slow down, but at that speed it was impossible to avoid a collision. The next seconds turned into a nightmare. The Lada crashed into the driver's side of the Peugeot at full speed, and the strong impact made the two cars seem to be glued together. Witnesses of the accident immediately called the rescuers. They found Irina in the Peugeot in a state of shock, but she miraculously survived. They took her out of the car and immediately handed her over to doctors. The driver of the Lada also survived, but his condition was critical. The rescuers pulled him out of the car and he was taken to the hospital. That's all for today. I hope you had fun watching these reconstructed events. If you liked the video, please like it, write comments, and be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new episodes. See you in the next videos.